Look, no problem. Thank you, Caherlock, though, for allowing me to contribute. Minister, thanks for the reply, and thanks to your officials as well for all the work they have done on this legislation. And to all the homeowners who have been in contact with myself and my colleagues, particularly, I suppose, my colleagues in Donegal and Mayo, Clare and Sligo and some other counties. And everyone who speaks here today, I believe, speaks with the best interests of the homeowners. Some of us are more motivated maybe to actually deliver a package for the homeowners that will allow them reclaim their lives, restore their homes. It is a piece of legislation that has been subject to a lot of talk for a very long time, but it is indisputable that this legislation will replace a scheme that fell far short of what the homeowners wanted and deserved. This is a piece of legislation that will put in place a scheme promptly that homeowners will be able to access, that will give them full redress, that will allow them reclaim their lives and rebuild their homes. And the problem I have with this amendment, Chair, is that what it calls for is a review within 7 weeks of the passing of the Act. Now, some members, it would appear, never want to see this Act passed. But even if it was to be delayed and prevaricated and prevented from being passed promptly, which we will do everything in our power to prevent, because we want to deliver a redress scheme for the homeowners. We want to see this legislation passed before the end of the sitting of this term, and we will stay here. The Fianna Fáil senators, and I'm sure our party, the parties in government, will stay here until this legislation is passed, because it is vitally important for the homeowners that there is in place a scheme for them and that they're not left with a substandard scheme. But if this was to be passed with this 7-week timeline on it, it would be immediately dated. Like we all know, it is a very dynamic economic environment. Europe is at war. Russia has not just attacked Ukraine, they've attacked Western civilization, and that is having a direct impact on costs. It's having a direct impact on the construction costs. And this is something we discussed and debated at length at the Joint Oireachtas Committee. We've had a number of hearings on it. So I think we need to just accept that the priority today has to be to use our time productively to actually deliver a scheme for people that will allow them reclaim their lives and rebuild their homes.
Senator Gavin, would you like to come back in?